I want to start by saying something clearly. Everyone in this room is exhausted, and no one in this room is wrong. Not teachers, not paras, not supervisory aides or secretaries, not administrators, not the parents, not the kids. That matters because most of the conversations about schools right now start with the assumption that someone is the problem. And I just don't think that's true at all. What I keep noticing, not just here in Zion or at Shiloh, but everywhere, is that every layer of the system is doing to the layer below the same thing they hate being done to them. Let me give you an example here. Teachers, you hate being micromanaged, so you put pressure on the kids. Keon and I, administrators, we hate constant oversight, so documentation and compliance gets passed down to you. Parents, they feel judged and unsure. They're not sure what to do. They want to do the best they can. They're not sure if they are. Totally understandable. So you know what they do? They overcorrect at home. And the kids, they feel all of it. Nobody wakes up wanting to act this way. Nobody. I don't think anybody does. People are reacting, not choosing. Because the system we're inside, it doesn't reward judgment. It rewards compliance. And the heavier it gets, the less space anyone has to think. That's why things feel harder than they used to. Even though the people in the building care just as much, if not more. We didn't lose commitment, and we didn't lose professionalism. We didn't lose skill. We lost trust. And when trust thins, everything else gets heavier. So we add systems. We add checklists, we add rubrics and documentation and policies and safeguards. And you know what? Most of them make sense on their own. But together, they create an environment where everyone is careful all the time. So nobody ever feels free. And that doesn't produce better teaching, it produces safer behavior. And safe behavior looks like this: fewer risks, fewer new ideas, fewer honest conversations, fewer moments of joy. Not because people don't want those things, but because the cost of trying feels too high. I want you to hear this part. If school feels heavier than it used to, it's not because you're weaker. It's not because the kids are worse. It's not because teaching has lost meaning. It's because we built something that assumes everyone can carry much more than a human actually can. And eventually something gives. Now I want to say something personal because I owe you honesty. At the end of this school year, I will be stepping out of this role. Not because I'm angry, not because I'm burned out on you, not because I've lost faith in this work, but because I've spent a lot of time thinking about what it means to do the best job I'm capable of doing. As a leader, but also as a human. And I've realized something uncomfortable. I was only able to give you part of what you deserve while carrying the same pressure you're carrying. And the moment I knew I was stepping away, something changed. I could breathe. I could think. I could listen better. And I realized how little space any of us have been given to actually use our judgment. So for the rest of this year, here's what I'm committing to you, clearly and publicly. I will not be the bottleneck. If you have an idea that is legal, ethical, aligned with school code, and rooted in good faith, I will not be the reason it doesn't get tried. Not let me think about it for 6 weeks, or we should probably wait, or that might be too risky. If it fits within the resources we actually have, not imaginary ones, and it meets those conditions, we'll try it. If something can't happen, it'll be because the law doesn't allow it, policy doesn't allow it, or it would cause harm. It's just immoral. Not because I said no. I don't want anyone leaving this year thinking we could have done more, but someone stopped us. I trust your judgment. I truly, really do. And I mean that. And I want you to hear that clearly. I trust your judgment. And trust doesn't mean everything will work. It means we accept that mistakes are part of real work, not evidence of failure. You don't need more oversight. You don't need more initiatives. You don't need to prove you care. You need room to think, to try, to adjust, and to be human. That's what I can give you now. And if nothing else comes from this year, I want this to be true. That for at least a stretch of time, you were allowed to teach in a way that felt honest to who you are. That you weren't managed into compliance. That you weren't punished for thinking. That you weren't asked to be perfect. Just professional, just ethical, just human. I can't fix the system, nor should I. I don't think my ideas are any better than anyone else's. But I can get out of the way where it matters. And I believe deeply that if we give people space to use their judgment, most of the time they do the right thing. Thank you so much for the work you do every day. Thank you for staying. Thank you for caring in a system that makes caring expensive. Let's finish this year with trust.